Well, just if you're a heterosexual regular, not in the sexual sin spectrum, you're heterosexual. Think of regular American. Think of you being a virgin, being alone for decades, isolated, not having friends, being imprisoned, and you did nothing wrong. Been a scapegoat. You've been mocked and ridiculed for longest time. You were the scarlet letter. You had to take the curse for humanity for a couple of decades. The torment, the torture, the to bless humanity. Okay. Say you've missed touch. Okay. Say one of the Dallas cheerleaders. You're heterosexual. A beautiful Dallas the cheerleader wants you, goes after you, and does something sexually to you. And you're like a submissive. You're kind of like a submissive, aggressive. That if you're approached and pursued, that when you get horny, then you're into it. You're like, okay. Well, that would be the same time. If you're attracted to little boys or little girls, that'd be the same measure. It'd be like that beautiful cheerleader, that hot, Dallas cheerleader coming on to you, and that's kind of the equivalent. So now I love I if I could be anybody on the globe, anybody, anyone, no one's off the. I would want like around 25, 26-year old beautiful woman, and want to be faithful to her. But ultimately, with these globalists, these Satanists in power, they know all of my data. I wasn't able to have a following, that people are following my story. I'm talking about it. I'm being fearless, sacrificing, talking about hard issues to help ultimately people, right? It goes back to a demon that or entity that had literally had sex with me and contorted my body. They talk. Some people talk about the burbs. Tom Hanks, succubus or incubus or whatever. I talk about hard stuff. If you was able to follow my story, I had many videos of my evolution on the sexual sin spectrum, from being regular, I just want a wife, to transgenderism, gay, bisexual, going all through the spectrum, mostly, except for Obama's Podesta, necrophiliac, and eating and bestiality. It's in there as sexual sin. Some of the Satanists at the top do all that shit. I didn't get any of that, thank God. But in my mind, I'm a virgin, born again virgin, under 20 years, no vaginal, no anal sex. I never gave oral. Anyway, so the thing is that well, oh, if you now that hypothetical Dallas cheerleader, right? Say that you really have a beautiful heart and you would love her, right? If you was in prison for a long time and you miss touch, you miss intimacy, the sexual, to being with someone you're attracted to have a good feeling, a sexual orgasm, right? A sexual feeling. You miss that. You want intimacy. Everyone does, or most people do, right? Not everyone, but there's few that. But ultimately, in context, most of mankind wants intimacy and to feel good while intimate with another, right? They love or they like or they're attracted to. Now, if that should occur, part of you would want that to happen again, right? Or you would care for that other person that gave you that intimacy which you crave so long for, that you've been in prison, isolated, alone, but you again would want to happen again, or you'd want to protect them because you care about it. I think that's the whole idea. Maybe in symbolism, why have to confess I would, if that occurred, then I would have to hate NATO and symbolism too.